Hello, welcome back to Up the Villa match reaction. PSG 3, Aston Villa 1. If you are new, subscribe, help me out, get on board this journey with us, which we are proud to be on. Make sure you are hitting the like button and comment your thoughts on the performance, what we've seen tonight in the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, PSG, what a team, man. They're so good. They are very, very good. And I just felt like 2-1, and we go back to Villa Park with a slight chance to remain in the game. And, anything can happen, but 3-1 against this team back at Villa Park. 2-goal swing, really, how we've got to look at it. It's, very, very difficult. It's been a long, long evening. They are exceptional. I mean, that movement that they've got, rotations, movement, so good, so slick on the ball, so dominant. But I feel like Villa defended our box pretty well. For the large parts of the game that we had to defend, we were compact, we were organised, we were, able to defend and keep them out. And yeah, just difficult. I'll break through the goals. We went 1-0 up, guys. We went 1-0 up, and John McGinn absolutely steamrolled through the midfield. Played a great ball to Rashford to Tielemans, and Morgan Rogers put us 1-0 up. And, at that part, they'd had a few, little half openings, PSG, but we were in the lead, and you were thinking, let's get to half time and see where we are. But I mean, what a hit that is. It's exceptional, it's unbelievable, it's world class. And this is the phase of the Champions League that we're in, aren't we? We're in the very, very best, and the very best can produce moments of absolute brilliance. And it was a great hit. Could we got a bit closer? But I just think, we're nitpicking here, really, because they're just exceptional. They're so good, and could have closed it, but these top players just find that space, find that yard, and it was a great strike. But we went in at half time 1-1. Are you thinking quarter of the way through this whole tie, we would have all took that at half time, and then we got sort of sucker punched, which again is showing how good PSG are. The fact that we started to play a little bit at the start of that second half, and we got done on transition. Disasi got turned inside out, and Kvaratskhelia absolutely buried his shot into the roof of the net. And again, I think one of the things that I've spotted with PSG, which is something that they do really well, is that when they are in and around the box, they take those little drag backs that just sell the player and opens themselves up with an extra yard. And they're so good at that. We saw that for the final goal. We saw Mendes sort of do a little drag back that sold the keeper, and he's able to find that little bit of space and fire it into the net. But I can't be critical, guys. I can't come on here and be that frustrated with Villa. PSG are like a level above what we are, and it's tough to say, but that's what they are. All over that pitch, they are levels above, and I feel like we did well to stay in it for as long as we possibly could. Again, in a very difficult environment, in an environment where they're absolutely smashing teams left, right, and centre. And the fact that we were able to stay in it for as long, I'd have just loved it if we could have just got it just to that one goal and took it back to Villa Park. But yeah, frustrating, but it is what it is. Sometimes in football, there are teams that are better than you. There are players that are better than you, and it's just one of those that you've just got to hold your hands up and say that's the best that we could have done. But we still had, you know, and this is why at 1-0, the goal swing at 1-0 is important. Well, it would have been important because we still had half chances. You know, Rodgers has had a couple more half chances. We've had the power little glancer that he could have got something on it. And, you know, so we've had a couple of moments there where, you know, one of them just goes in and it's, you know, something mad can happen. So, you know, we have sort of created half chances. I think on the balance of what we could have done, I'd have just liked to have just tried to see us just with the ball a little bit more. You know, we were going long again, which you know, they're pressing with a front five, so you know it's very, very difficult. But there's 5 players there that have been committed, so can we find the Villa player a little bit more? I'd like to think that we could possibly do that. I think sometimes we could maybe go a little bit longer into like an area of the pitch rather than to an actual player, and that would enable us to sort of drag a team or drag players across the pitch a little bit more, and just get it to stick a little bit more. But the team has worked very, very hard, you know, this evening to try and sustain it for as long as we can. And football's mad, like a Villa early goal at Villa Park, and there's 1 goal swing, so it's not over. But we're gonna have to find a way to. I feel like we just need to find a way of getting the ball to stick and find some areas of the pitch that we can pose more problems. I think Rodgers was isolated. Rashford had opportunities where he got on the ball, so that's probably an opportunity where you're feeling like, you know, we were able to get the ball, stand up, and get some runners across. I feel like Onana, I feel like when he came on, he added a little bit more presence. You know, he's got that little bit more profile, which I think was good. I'd have liked to have seen us try and work some set pieces a little bit more, just try and get first contact on some things. But all in all, I mean, this is probably going to be short, sharp, and sweet, really. There's not really too much to dwell on, really. We will stat pack it and we'll have a look at some of the real nitty-gritty on a debrief tomorrow. But yeah, I think we've just got to be humble and immensely proud of the team that we're actually competing at this stage of the Champions League. You know, it's no one thought it was going to be easy. We all hoped we would be able to compete a bit more, I think. But yeah, I mean, they're exceptional. They are the best team I've seen play against Villa all season by a country mile. You know, they're just that rotate, that movement, that quality of just, you know, they're not even playing with a striker. It's like a false 9 dropping in. Well, it's a 10, isn't it? In Dembele, but you know, so much pace, so much guile, silky movement, positionally zipping in and out. I think one bad thing that's come out of tonight is Ali McCoist and Rio Ferdinand. Like, just I was just thinking, like, if this was Liverpool, if this was Man United, you wouldn't be gushing over them like this. You know, it was borderline, like, I don't know, this 3-way co-commentary doesn't work for me. Like, you've got a fanboy who's just getting excited about some skill. You know, like, just like show a bit of class, really. So them lot just really annoyed me listening to that all night as well. But yeah, from Villa, I think it was kind of what I expected defensively. 6-5 at the back at times. And yeah, I think there's guys, there's not really much more to say, really. So yeah, I'll do a debrief tomorrow where I can go into it in a bit more detail, but I just thought I'd give my reaction straight away at full time. So cheers, everyone. Up the Villa. Keep the faith.